Don't blink until we're in with another review, another chapter. One of my favorite book. A new season, a new series we're trying. We're going chapter by chapters. If you think this is too fast, if you think this is too many videos, if you like a longer video, let me know in the comments. I don't know what you guys want, but I'm trying to make everybody happy. So we'll try it out. We got chapter 2, which is Chucky. We got back to Andy with the shrinks. So it's amazing. I'm gonna be quite honest. Um, it was kind of sad. It hurts to see Andy like this. Sorry, I had to turn on the fan again. That was really warm. It hurts to see Andy like that because, admittedly, my favorite thing about child play is Chucky in itself. I think he's a badass. I think it's super funny. He's a doll that swears, right? So we're breaking some boundaries. We're breaking some preconceived notion. We're breaking some preconceived concepts. And but, as I grew up, and especially reading that book, I love Andy because and the first book is this very quiet kid. He barely talks. And his second book, he's this kid who's going through trauma. He's going through PTSD, and it's about him vanquishing his fear of Chucky. It's about him growing up and understanding that world is fucked up, understanding that he's has a murderer against him. And the third book, he's a badass that's not afraid of Chucky. Not only that, he wants to kill Chucky, right? So this is the evolution, and in the third book, he's a teenager. Let's say an adult, but not. So we're seeing evolution, and I'm understanding that the books and the movies are almost as much any as Chucky. This is probably the lowest it's gonna get. This is pretty sad, but still, got we the shrink. It's a mental institute, right? Yeah, it's not clear if it's a mental institute or it's a foster home or a foster center. It's not super clear, right? We got the adopt back to get he wants to get adopt. He gets bullied, and it's amazing because Andy is an amazing character. There's what I'm trying to say by getting bullied because of attacked by Chucky, and people don't believe him. People are pretending to be Chucky to scare him, and by seeing words, he's seen kids be, um, he's seen kid with bruises coming from a horrible home. He's like, yo, I had a good home, I had a good mom, and during this book and during this next couple of chapters, he's talking about his mom a lot, and he still misses her, and he believes her, and he's worried about her, which is kind of cute from coming from a kid. It's kind of cool that we get it's a sensational killer, but it's nice that we have a kid that is human, you know. Um, so we have that. We have the Ted. He seem nice. And Ted is the shrink. He seem nice, and he seem super aware. By seem super aware, there's in the book. I was extremely surprised because there's a moment where, um, Ted, he knows that Ted's a shrink. Ted is not his friend. He knows that he has a job, and he sees another student looking away, which is something Andy does, and that means he's uncomfortable. By if the other kids is uncomfortable, is because he's being asked question, which again shows that Andy knows where he is, knows what's going on. He's smart. So I thought it was super cool because again, if we're going through the mentality, if we're going with the opinion, if we're going with the mindset that Andy is as much a part of Chucky versus Andy than Chucky in itself, then you have to understand that Andy has to be a worthy opponent. Okay, so we're talking about a kid being a worthy opponent to a killer. The killer is a doll. Okay? First of all. Second of all, if it was a dumb kid, we wouldn't care if it was killed. We have to like Andy to be like, no, protect. Because usually Chucky is charismatic. It's amazing. He's funny. He's actually fun. Like I got obsessed with Chucky because of Chucky, and although you want him to win, kind of cool that you like Andy and you're stuck in your mind because you're like, oh, I like this guy and I like this guy. Well, technically, I want this guy to win because he's a nice guy, but I want this guy to win because he's charismatic. This is what Child Play is brilliant. We have this. We super aware. He's scared of Chucky again. He relive that night in his dream. He relived the moment, and he's very scared of Chucky. He still believes it's real, which is great. It showed that Andy know it was something right. Because a lot of people they told him his mom was crazy, but he knew what he saw. So that's important because as a kid you don't know what to believe. So Andy being that sure that it's true is amazing to see. Right? We got he's scared of. He relived that night and it's vivid, and he feels He doesn't feel like it's not because Andy, even dead, it doesn't feel like he's hurt. It doesn't feel like Ted believes him, and you understand that Ted doesn't believe him, and that actually plays against Ted because he's like, well, you guys are doing your job, but you don't really want to help me because if you want to help me, you believe me, right? So again, it's a kid, and it's a kid again. I'm gonna say it for the third time. It's a kid. So the kid has a different understanding, but his understanding is you're not my friend. And the kid, he wants you to believe him because usually a kid, even though they have this imagination, doesn't mean they're always lying. So you feel not hurt. Chucky told a secret to Andy that right. So Andy knows. Chucky told him a secret. The secret was only Andy was able to get the body from Charles Lee Ray, which is Charlie Ray because again he's the first person that told to, he's the first person, and he knows that being the only one, Chucky will never stop until they find him. So he knows that his mom is safe, but he's not safe. And there's a part of me that believes that by him wanting Ted to believe him, he's trying to protect Ted, and to say, "Yo, Chucky is real. He's gonna come here." You know, so again, it's kind of cool. It's kind of something that I really enjoyed. Secret to Andy only, okay. Charles Lee Ray, nice. They're talking about Charles Lee Ray as his killer, and it's kind of cool that we're talking about Charles Lee Ray because Chucky is Charles Lee Ray, and the fact that we're talking about how much of a killer he was as a human, it adds to the presence of shit. This is a bad guy. It adds to the fact that he's a bad guy. Then you're like, well, maybe I should be worried about him because again, a doll can do shit. The only thing that makes Chucky dangerous is the soul inside, which is Charlie Ray. Um, Joanne. So we had the foster parent, which I fucking love. I love the foster parents, and it's actually something really good. And the it's something fucking incredible in the second book, and I'm gonna talk about it later. But just Joanne is she's really cool. We know she's barren because she cannot have kids. That's why she's insisting on having king a lot. Now where do I? Nice. So we have this. We have Phil. He's not sure. He told them the story of Charles Lee Ray, known killer. But Joanne insists he's just like a mess of kid. He's just going through shit. And again, Phil is kind of like an asshole. Not necessarily an asshole, but fucking tabarnak. Okay, so Joanne says she's barren. She always want to be a parent, and a lot of the kids they left because foster home are just there. It's temporary home, and Joanne, she wants kids. She wants kids, and she wants kids, and Phil doesn't necessarily want. Maybe Phil wants kid, but not as many kids as Joanne wants, and people they think, and in this book it said that Phil's kind of an asshole, but the reason Phil's being an asshole is because Andy's being forced upon him. If my wife forced me to have a kid, right, that I know he was gonna leave and wouldn't care, I wouldn't care. If my wife wanted to have kids, I would. Of course I want kids too, but if my wife were constantly pushing kids on me and kids that were not gonna last, I was like, bro, you get your heart broke every time and you feel bad for Phil. You feel bad for Joanne, but you feel bad for Phil too, because he's pushed into this situation, right? Put this in perspective. Let's say they had 10 kids. Phil them on a tree. Seven of them was pushed on him, and also Phil knows that when Andy leaves, there's gonna be another one. Now, chapter 2. I'm gonna end the video here, right? Because guess what? I don't know. I don't know what you guys want. I want you guys longer video, shorter video. I have no fucking clue. But as always, I love you guys. That's what I know. And it was fantastic. I'll see you guys. Peace.